Welcome to another video from Gweilo 60. I did a video the other day where I just turned the camera around and drove around my area. It's a sort of a poor area of Nanning City. I didn't say anything, and people said, well, that was boring. Why didn't you talk during the video? So this time I'm going to be doing some commentary, but before you even start this one, you go over and you subscribe to this channel. I noticed that over 52% of all of the people that watch this channel are not subscribers. So I've been trying to get this thing to 100,000, but I can't do it without your help. So before we get started, oh, and this one here, I'm going to be going through a little bit more because a lot of people say that Nanning, because of my videos, looks like a tier 4 city. Well, this video is going to show you a little bit more of the modern Nanning, the high rises, the hustle and bustle. You're going to have to put up with the street noise because this is the middle of the day, and that is the way it is in Nanning. So without further ado, let me get on my bike and show you what Nanning is really like. Today we're motoring down the main drag of Nanning City. It's called Minzu Dadao, sort of like a Minzu Avenue. It's a little bit windy today, so I'm just wondering if we're going to get some wind noise. If we do, well, I guess it's just like the car noise. We're going to have to put up with it. As we go down Minzu Dadao, we're going to be heading into the Landong area of the city, which is the second center of the city. We have actually 3 centers of the city here in Nanning. The first one is the Chaoyang district. I think I've showed you that before. The second one is the Landong area, and the third is the Guangxi area, and that's the real new smart city one. And we'll get to that one in one of the next videos. But you want to see how Nanning actually grew? What you see in front of you, when I moved to Nanning back in 2003, none of this existed. So what you're going to see is stuff that was built in the last 20 years. You see the hustle and bustle of the city. You see lots of e-bikes on the streets. I'd say about 30% of all of the vehicles on the streets of Nanning City are electric vehicles. Buses, delivery vans, big trucks are even electric here in Nanning. And no, I didn't see that pretty girl walk by. It's one of the things in China. There's a lot of people here, and that's what I think makes it such an interesting, adventurous place to hang out in, because there are lots of people and there's a hustle and bustle on the streets of the city, and that just brings it to a different level, if you know what I mean. So what we're doing right now is we're getting onto a bridge that goes over Nanhu Lake. Nanhu Lake is sort of a... He has a horn. Go figure. Nanhu Lake is sort of a park area that I've done videos at before. It's a beautiful, picturesque area that sort of borders city of Nanning and the Landong area. Sorry, I'll try to give you a bird's eye view of what I'm looking at as I come into this area of the city. And if I go over this way, you can see the lake area. But when you see the high rises, as compared to my last video that I did, where I was going through like the train station, and there's street vendors, and no high rises, a poor area of the city, and then you see stuff like this. And it just gives you a total different outlook on what Nanning China is. It's not a 4th tier city, it's not a 3rd tier city. This is a 2-tier city. It's actually the capital city of Guangxi Autonomous Region, a region of over 50 million people, and 8 million of them live in Nanning City. So when you think that Nanning is just some little hickville, no, it's not. It is the center of existence in this area of mainland China. I'm trying to drive a little bit slow. You see I'm getting passed by everybody. I'm driving a little bit slower because I've got a camera in one hand. Yep. And I've got the throttle of the bike, my e-bike Sam, in the other hand, and I'm just cruising along, man. I'm never very lucky when it comes to red lights. So I usually have to sit and wait. But hey, it is what it is. You know, for me, it's actually nice to be back in Nanning City. After spending, 14 months on Vancouver Island in Canada, where, you know, after 6 o'clock in the evening, you go out and you don't see anybody. Oh, the malls even close at like 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon. There's not much hustle and bustle on the streets of Nanaimo in any time. And then you come to a place like this where, you know, it's sort of like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You got subways going. You've got you've got the streets that are just packed with people, basically round the clock. Seriously, if maybe a couple hours in the middle of the night where things are a little quiet, but other than that. And you know, somebody was asking me about how dangerous it was to drive an e-bike around Nanning City. Well, you know, there's an ebb and a flow to it, and once you get into the ebb and flow of driving, because nobody really goes that fast, so it saves on a lot of accidents and whatever, because and people here, they don't have road rage. I've noticed that. You can get somebody that stops in the middle of the road because they got a phone call on their cell phone, and everybody will just wait for them or drive around them. It's one of those things that people in the West would lose their shit over. Here, people just say, well, you know, that's just the way it is. They've got tolerance, and I think they have tolerance because there's so many people that you either have to or you end up going crazy. So as I was stopped at that last light, the guy beside me spoke perfect English and talked to me for a couple of minutes until the light changed. And you know, that's one of the things that I've noticed over the last 20 years is that a lot more people in China speak English, which is sort of nice for somebody like me. I do know a fair bit of Chinese. I've spent some time studying it, but you know, to hold meaningful conversations in Chinese, I'm just not there. And a lot of Westerners have a hard time with it, just for the fact that most of the ones I know that are living here are older people, and they have a hard time. See, in 2003, I got it here. In 2003, all of this stuff didn't exist. The park was here. The 5 Elephant Park was here. But this was the end of the road. Everything you see in front of me after 2003 was built. Everything. And this goes on for kilometers and kilometers and kilometers of high rises. You see those high rises to the right up there? You're talking like 100 floors, guys. Like, this is not some rinky-dink little city somewhere off in the boondocks of mainland China. This is, as I say, the center of existence for Guangxi Autonomous Region, and it's basically the center of my world when I'm over here too. I do travel around the country, as you've seen. Anybody that watches my channel has seen. You know, I've been from Shanghai to Xinjiang to Yunnan to you name it. It's like all over from Xi'an to Kashgar. But Nanning is the center of my world, And this is where I feel the most comfortable, because as I say, I've been living in this city on and off for the last 20 years. Coming up August 1st of 2023, it'll be 20 years. And away we go again, guys and girls. See, all of these little three-wheelers, like the one you see in front of me, they're all little delivery companies that deliver packages. You can order a package from Beijing on Taobao and have it delivered 2 days. 2 days max, and you got your delivery, and it's inexpensive. It's quick. It's the convenience of it all. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that you don't have in the West. Well, with Amazon and Costco delivery and stuff like that, you are getting better, but it's still not to the level that they have here in China. I guess it's because there's just so many people. The convention center off to the right there. And there's a lot of areas of the city. Even though I've been making videos for about 6 years in Nanning, you've seen very few areas of the city as compared to what there really are. Gotta watch myself down here. It's you've got the big buses and whatever. I don't want to get run over. Okay, well, there you go. I made it. I made it through. Yeah. And now we're sort of leaving the Landong area and getting into the more far eastern area of Nanning City, which is all, as I say, all brand new, all new high-rises, all new shopping centers. They've got the biggest mixed-see mall down in this area. You've got a lot of Western restaurants like your Burger Kings and your KFCs. They had a Subway in this mall to the left up here up until about a year and a half ago, and I went there. Yeah, you got to watch these guys too. I went there for a Subway before we left for Canada last time, and lo and behold, it went away, went belly up, because people here do not like to eat sandwiches. Cold cuts and whatever. They're just not into it. So, some of the Western foods that we that really go over good in the West, they don't work here, and that's just the way of it. It's cultural different, taste different, what they were brought up with. And you see the subways all over the place. Subway system here in Nanning City is all brand new and second to none. I'm telling you, it's so easy to get around. What takes me, a half an hour, 40 minutes to drive across town on an e-bike, I can do in 15 minutes on the subway for 3 or 4 RMB, like 60 to 80 cents type thing. It's that convenient and that inexpensive. And I think I'm going to end this video here now, because I think you get the idea that Nanning isn't that rinky-dink little village type city that people say is a fourth-tier city. When you hear that about Nanning, just sort of shrug your shoulders and say, well, obviously that person that's saying that has no idea what they're talking about. And that's another video from Gweilo 60 on the streets of Nanning, China. If you like this video, go subscribe. You're that 52% that's not subscribing. Come on, guys, throw me a bone here. Give me a break. I need some more subscribers. That's Gweilo begging for subscribers. Anyway, until next time, have a good day, and don't forget to peace out. Bye now.